For me, it's so dependable. It's so durable. It's so dependable. I've been playing one since 2005, and I have hit it on the top and I've hit it on the sides, and my pick stroking is so sort of intense. I'm one of those rhythm guitar players that just plays so hard. And I'll show you what I put it through. The second thing is the electronics. I still use the CT4B2 preamp on it, and I love how it sounds. It's just dependable every time. So that's just one of the things for me, is to just feel like I can plug it in and it's good to go. I can schlep it on the road, and we've just done so much traveling, in and out of hotels and in and out of rental cars and in and out of venues, and it just has come through so much. So for me, it's just the absolute dependability. I don't know, Ryan, any thoughts?
Yeah, well, and I was there when you got that first, then you got that guitar, and so your initial getting it was like, hey, I love the look and sound of this guitar, and then here we were like 14 years later, and you're like, hey, maybe I need a refret now, finally,
Right,
a
exactly,
thousand
exactly.
shows later.
Right.
Yeah, so I kind of got sold on Takamine through Cameron's, you watching him use it. I was kind of pinging around, trying different things during a lot of that stretch, and then I finally landed myself in a Takamine. I'm using the P7 DC and cutaway. I like the big, like a dreadnought. I like the cutaway. I like the big sound of it. Sometimes we're in situations where we're playing unamplified, and I need the guitar to project out above Cameron's guitar when he's strumming hard, and so needing a one I can play a strong lead on, put some real heavy strings on it, and it can bring that big sound. Sound guys, when I switched to the Takamine, I got the most
Yeah.
like compliments from the sound guys at the venues, and I kind of couldn't believe it. I was like, what? I used to have a like really expensive sort of mic and pickup combo thing, and but I didn't say that. I just the sound guy would just say, hey, this is the best your guitar has sounded. I love this guitar. There it was. So
Yeah.
I'm sure the audience felt the same way.
I play the EF341 SC. It might be that kind of lacquer finish that's on there, or I'm not totally sure, but it just feels like it has strong bones to me. And I'm just a big man, and I play hard, and I move all around, and I just feel like I can depend on this guitar more than any other guitar that I've played. So that's an inelegant answer about a guitar that just feels like it comes through on like a very a level of strength for me.
The P7 DC, I wanted to get a guitar with a cutaway. It's kind of tricky because I would imagine you probably get even a little more projection and resonance in a non-cutaway guitar, which that's also a priority for me is that volume and resonance. But I wanted both. I do a lot of lead stuff. I'm up really high on the neck a lot. I also wanted one that delivered equally plugged in and unplugged. I wanted that big. I knew I could get a big sound, for example, out of like now even the thin lines and things like that. You could get the pickup. You have a nice comfortable guitar on stage and the big sound from the pickup. But I wanted one also that when we're in an unplugged situation, my guitar is big and strong, and that was the one. I just tried. I've played a number of them, and that I really liked. There were some OMs I really liked actually, and but ultimately this was it. That's something really important to us as a duo, and we're jumping around. We do a lot of different types of shows on tour. We'll go from a club to might have a festival show where you don't have any sound check, jump up and play. Those are sometimes we have time to dial things in. Sometimes we're at a club and we might be in the hands of a new sound person who doesn't have their fingers on everything yet in that room. So it's been important to us. We've learned to like leave as little margin for error as possible. And to me, especially both using Takamine guitars, we know because we're typically just the two of us. They're gonna blend great. They're gonna be. We're not gonna have. Sometimes when I had a different guitar with a different mic in it or something, it was a little bit of a wrestling match for the sound team to sort of blend us right. And Oftentimes they favored the sound of the Takamine, so they would be kind of playing around with mine to try to get it to blend with his. The fact that we can both jump on now, we both even in we know those pickup systems so well. We know where we need them set. The EQs are really incredibly powerful amount of decibels you can add and take away from things. That puts so much in our hands as performers. So when we're in a situation where we didn't get a sound check, maybe there's some chaos in the monitoring, maybe there's whatever, we can just we can make some pretty dramatic changes on our own to those instruments and get it happening to where the audience doesn't know a thing is going on, and it's a seamless show. And that's how I feel about it. I do feel very confident, and I like that there's just as little that can go wrong as possible when we've got those guitars with us. You want to add anything, Cameron?
Yeah, 100% to that. That's exactly how I feel. There was a short period of time where I played a handmade guitar that a beloved luthier made for me, and I took it out on the road, and I still love that instrument so much, and I'll play it when I'm home. But I didn't have the confidence taking it into venues and plugging it in that I do every time. And that's been the theme of everything that I've said in this interview so far, just so I can depend on it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.